Hi everyone, welcome to Pro Computers. So today we are going to discuss a very important topic, that is the composition of functions. Now basically composition of function is an operation that gives rise to a new function. Composition cannot be done, the composition operation cannot be done on a single function. In order to get the composition we need to have two functions. So whenever I say composition of functions, that means the composition of two functions. Now let us assume if we have two functions, one function is named as f and the other function is named as g. If I assume function f is such that it goes from set A into set B and function g is such that it goes from set B into set C. So the composition of these two functions f and g will give rise to a new function, let us say h, right? So this is the concept of the composition of two functions. Now for any two functions to give rise to a new function, you need to have a common set between those two functions such that the that set is the codomain in one function and the domain in another function. Like here you can see that b is the codomain of function f and b is the domain of function g. Having this common element, we can get a new function out of the composition of the function f and g. Alright, so how do you denote the composition of f and g? The composition of the function f and g is denoted by g of f, which is written as g of f, and it is read as g of f. So this g of f gives rise to a new function. If I call this g of f as h, then I can say that h is a function such that it goes from set A into set C. Okay, now diagrammatically if I have three disks, each disk represents three different sets. This is the disk for set A, this is the disk for set B, and this is the disk for set C. If the elements of set A represent x, now first of all we will look at the function f. Before we find out the composition of the function f and g through this diagram, let us first see what is f here. The function f is going from set A to set B. So if the elements of set A are f, x, then very clearly the elements of B are f of x. Why? Because all the elements of set B represent the image of the elements of set A. So that means if x represents element of A, then obviously the elements of B will be read as f of x. That is the image of x under f. This is the function f that was going from set A into set B. Now, if I see the function g that goes from set B into set C, so if the elements of set B are fx, that is, if the elements of set B are fx, in that case, the elements of C will be read as g of f of x, because here g of f of x represents the image of fx. So fx represents the elements of set B, so g of fx represents the image of elements of set B, which will be read as g of f of x. So this is the concept of composition. Basically I can see the input here, the input from this particular set goes, the output from this particular set B goes as the input into set C, and in return what we get is the composition of the function f and g. Right, so I can say that the codomain of one function, that is the codomain of function f, goes into the function g as input, and then the domain of the function g, what is the domain of the function g? That is b. This becomes fx. This is what we are doing here. Now mathematically if I see, if fx is equals to x square and gx is equal to 3x plus 1, then how will you represent g of f? The g of f read as g of f of x. This is what we have written here. This is g of f of x. So g of f, or the composition of two functions f and x, how will you compute it mathematically? So g of f means g of f of x. Now what is fx? Fx is equals to x square. So here we have g of fx. So in place of fx, I will substitute x square, because this is what I am saying, that fx equals to x square. So it will be g of x square. Okay. Now what is g of x? G of x is 3x plus 1. So if g of x is 3x plus 1, then obviously g of x square will be 3x square plus 1. That is simply, we will substitute x square in place of x everywhere. Wherever we see x here in function gx, we will substitute it with x square. So this is how we get the g of f of x mathematically. Now we will see through example that will make the understanding more clear. Okay, so if I have a set A having elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and if I have a set B having elements 16, 4, 25, 1 and 19, and I have another set C having elements 32, 18, 8, 50 and 2, then first of all I will see function f. The mapping for function f is such that all the elements of A will be assigned the values from the elements of B. Yes, that is why the elements of B are called the image of the elements of set A. Now here 1 is assigned the value 1, that is the image of 1 is 1 or fx is 1. Here 2 is assigned the value 4, that is the image of 2 is 4, that is fx is 4, f2 is 4. Then 3 is assigned the value 9, that is fx or f of 3 is 9. 4 is assigned the value 16, that is fx or f of 4 is 16. 5 is assigned the value 25, that is fx or f of 5 is 25. Okay. Then we go to function g that goes from set B into set C. So in case of function g, the fx or the B elements of value set B are assigned values respectively like this. 16 is assigned the value 32. That means the image of 16 is 32 or g of f of x is 32. 4 is assigned the value 8, that is f of 4 g of 4 is 8 or g of f of x is 8. 25 is assigned the value 50, that is g of 25 is 50 or I can say g of f of x is 50. 1 is assigned the value 2, that is g of 1 is 2 or g of f of 1 is 2. Then 9 is assigned the value 18, that is g of 9 is 18 or g of f of x is 18. So I assume that following this common path, if there is a path from 1 to 1 and then there is a path from this 1 to 2, so I assume that then there is a path from this 1 to this 2 also. Just like I say if A is friend of B and B is friend of C, then I assume that A is friend of C also. So I say that if there is a path from element of set A to elements of set B, and then there is a path from element of set B to elements of set C, then there is definitely a path from element of set A to elements of set C through the common set B, and this gives rise to a new mapping. This gives rise to a new mapping from the elements of set A to the elements of set C. That means elements of set A are assigned the values of elements of set C, or in other words, A is a domain and C becomes the co-domain, and hence this gives rise to a new function which is known as GOF or G of f of x. So if G of f is denoted by h, then I can clearly see diagrammatically that A is assigned the value 2. So A is assigned the value 2. Then 1 in set A is assigned the value 2 from set C. This is what we have done here. Then 2 in set B is assigned the value 8 in set C. This is what we have done here. 3 in set A is assigned the value. Following this path is assigned the value 18 from set C. Then 4 in set A is assigned the value 32 from set C. 5 in set A is assigned the value 50 from set C. So this gives rise to a new function which I denote by h, and these are the coordinate pairs. How do you write the coordinate pairs? That in a function the coordinate pairs are written in such a manner that the first element always represents the elements of the domain, and the second coordinate pair or the second element in the coordinate pair always represents the elements of the codomain. So 1 is assigned the value 2 or g of fx is 2, hence 1, 2. 2 is assigned the value 8, that means g of fx is 8, 2, 8. 3 is assigned the value 18, hence g of fx is 18, so 3 and 18. Then 4 is assigned the value 32, that means g of fx is 32, hence 4 and 32. Then 5 is assigned the value 50, that means the image of 5 is 50 or g of fx is 50, so 5 and 50. So this is the concept of the composition of two functions.